This is a film study of Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez. Hopefully we can gain an understanding of the technical elements of boxing. This is an interesting film study because both boxers are great counterpunchers. So let's analyze this process. Shakur feints from the southpaw position. Shakur's right glove actually taps Teo's left glove. This is obstructing Teo's jab. Teo is now using his right glove as a parry/deflection. Teo then does a double jab to the head, a straight right to the body, and a straight left to the head, which comes from like an awkward angle. Shakur steps back to avoid the attack, which was a creative punch strategy. Teo then reaches for a jab and Shakur throws a quick short right hook, which Teo avoids by stepping back. Shakur moves forward, feints, and then throws a fast jab. This is intelligent strategy by both boxers. So Shakur does a subtle foot feint. It's really subtle, and then pushes out his right glove. Notice that Shakur is taking the center of the ring. Teo jabs and Shakur steps out of range. Shakur tries a counter right hook that misses. Shakur feints with the jab and throws a looping left. Teo catches the left with the right glove and throws a counter right, which Shakur avoids. Teo feints with the left and then misses a jab to the body. This is an intense, intelligent fight, but Shakur is physically dominating the space. So again, the gloves are tapping. This is obstructing the jab path. Teo is now stepping to his left, and by doing this is creating a new angle of attack. Teo is now measuring with the jab to try and get his range. Teo then throws a jab and a straight right to the body, which misses. As he throws that right body shot, Teo is briefly in a southpaw position, but then he quickly reverts to orthodox. Shakur throws a counter right jab to stop the attack progressing. Shakur then throws another right jab. The problem is that Shakur's jab is making a big impact as he is controlling the distance intelligently. At the end of round 3, it's important to notice Shakur's body language because it really tells a story. He is smiling because he is really confident. Psychologically, he is in a good place. He is developing his confidence further as he is gaining more and more control in the fight. Teo again is trying to measure with the left hand. Teo feints with the left and throws a big overhand right. Shakur steps back and the punch misses. Shakur's footwork and balance is beautiful. Again, Shakur is in a more dominant position. Teo suddenly turns southpaw. From this stance, he throws a big left hook. Shakur moves his head and attempts a right hook, left hook counter. Teo steps out of range to avoid any further punishment. Teo is being creative in his attacks, but Shakur is still dominant. So Teo is stepping to his left. He then goes into the cross-arm defense. Shakur responds with a right feint and a looping left hook. This left hook is a punch that is thrown with authority. Shakur then measures with the jab. Teo slaps with the left as a deflection and throws a right to the body. Shakur steps back and responds with a counter jab. This disrupts Teo's punch combination. Shakur throws another right jab. Again, Teo tries the left feint and right to the body, but with no success. Shakur's half steps, jabs, and timing is controlling the narrative. So let me just give some final observations. Shakur, of course, was exceptional. He had a great jab, great step back counters, great ring positioning, and a total control of distance, a total control. He also did not use his backhand, which would be his left hand because he's fighting from the southpaw position. He didn't use it much And this limited the counter opportunities because Teofimo Lopez is a really good counter puncher. So Shakur was great. But also, what did Teo do well? Well, the double jab, straight right to the body and left hook to the head was good. But he only really did that in the first round. But when he did do it, it was good. And that was behind the feinting with the right. The left-hand counter was good, but Shakur did not give him many opportunities. And when I'm talking about the left-hand counter, I'm talking about when he catches the left-hand counter and then counters off that left. And sorry, he would counter off the left by catching it with his right and then throwing the right hand. But he didn't get many opportunities to do that. There was some body work, but the body work was mainly through throwing the straight right as opposed to throwing the left hook. The overhand left from the southpaw position. So occasionally Teofimo would go from orthodox to southpaw, very occasionally. And one time he would try that overhand left. This was innovative, but it would have been nice if he could have developed this further. Also, his right hand positioning was good. Like I said, he caught quite a few of those lefts. And the right hand feint in that, because, Teofimo Lopez, he feints with the left, but he can also feint. He also sometimes feints with the right. And the right hand feint was good, but he stopped using it after like round one. So there were some good things that he did, but clearly there were some other things that he should have done. One of the main things that I think he should have done was that he needed to develop a 2-phased or 3-phased or 4-phased attack. Let me explain. So let's say when he threw that double jab straight right to the body and left hook to the head, he would then need to go to phase 2, which would be to put the head on the chest and then, theoretically speaking, for a left hook to the body, left hook to the head, and then throw another phased attack. So we needed to go through the phases. For whatever reason, he would go through phase 1 and then back off. Now, I think the reason for that was that the counter punching, the step back and counter jab and counter right hook was stopping him from going into phase 2. Matter of fact, in the first one, when he threw a double jab straight right to the body, left hook to the head, he actually came back and measured with his jab. And then with Shakur, if you do that against Shakur, he will instantly throw a right hook from the southpaw position. And I think this kind of negated Teofimo from throwing that second phase. But that second phase was so needed. It really was. Also, I feel like a left hook feint could have been effective. So he was feinting with the left. Occasionally he did the right, but he didn't do it enough. But also like a feint with the left hook and then trying to develop from that. He needed to give Shakur a different look. And the left hand placement, especially when he developed the cut, his left hand placement needed to be better. Now, I understand he was trying to slip punches, but at times I think he could have used the left hand a bit more to protect and minimize that cut damage. But the main thing that he needed to do, was he needed to put Shakur under pressure. He needed to go through the phases. He needed to preferably get him on the ropes and go through the phases, go to the body, and fundamentally make it a rough fight. Even go through phase 1, phase 2, then put yourself back in a counter position, and then go through the phases again. Potentially put the head on the chest, make it rough. Make it an aggressive fight. Try and duplicate what Zepeda did. But let's be honest, the way Shakur approached the fight, he nullified Teo Lopez. So he nullified the opportunities for him to do that. And one of the great adjustments that he made was that when Teofimo would try to do the double jab straight right and then come with the left, the step back counter actually nullified him going past the straight right to the body. So he just completely shut Teo down. And Teo was not able to manage that jab from the southpaw position. He was just unable to deal with it effectively. And, Teo did the best that he could. He's a championship level fighter. So he was calm, he was composed, but he was unable to make a significant impact. He was unable to put Shakur under pressure. And again, Shakur was simply exceptional. He did not go to the ropes, which nullified those punching window opportunities for Teo. So he did not go to the ropes. He did not go through the phases. Why? Because if he went through phases, if he was like, feint with the right left hook and then throw like a 3-punch combination, that would give Teo something to work with. So he limited Teo's counter opportunities. This was an intelligent fight fought by a very intelligent boxer. I guess the Shakur era has begun. So that's it from me. And now I'm trying to build a digital boxing community. So that means I'm interested in your insights, I'm interested in your questions and your observations. Now, of course, I hope you've enjoyed the video. And if you want support, simply like and subscribe. And if you want to see more videos like this, click here or click here. Like I said, thank you for your time. It's much appreciated. Peace.